friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Excel Freak. Today I'm going to be highlighting one of the common issues we face when we have to create a new chart or when we have to insert a new chart. Normally the first question that could cross your mind is, for this kind of data, what kind of chart will best display it? Isn't it that a tricky question? It is indeed. Each kind of chart is for a particular kind of data, and it becomes important for you to understand your data and accordingly create the chart to best visualize it. Here on your screen you have an example wherein in your column C you have regions mentioned, and the corresponding two columns you have the revenue, which is in a whole number, and in the next column you have the contribution, which is in percentage. Now, if you'll just look at this contribution column and if you'll do a sum of these contribution percentages, you'll realize the sum is overall 100%, which means the first thing that at least crossed my mind was, if I create a pie or a circle and try and divide it equally as per the proportionate percentage, it will best display this data, right? Let's try and do that for us. So I'm just copying this data over here on the right hand side, and I'm deleting the revenue, or rather I'm bringing it towards my column J, and let's delete this. Now I want to insert only this in terms of my pie or a donut chart. I've selected these two columns, I'm clicking on my insert button, and I can click on the pie chart over here. So probably I am looking at a donut chart because I prefer a donut chart. Now this is what I get to see over here. Let me go ahead and add in data labels. Okay, data labels, and I am just getting rid of this region. Now just by looking at this data within the first 3 to 4 seconds, can any one of you answer to me which region is the third largest contributor? Ting, ting, ting. 3 seconds over, and I know that getting the answer looking at this pie or a donut is a very, very difficult task. And that's the reason why our pie or donut charts fail at times. You are absolutely right in saying that the overall or the total percentage contribution is 100%, and this is just a proportion that is given to me for each and every region. Then why really I can't show it in a pie chart? Reason being, the distinction between each of the regions' contribution is not varying drastically. There's a very, very small difference, maybe of 2%, maybe of 1%, maybe of 3%. And in a pie, in a donut, taking out that 2% or a 3% becomes very difficult for us by looking through our naked eyes. So then what is the best way of depicting this kind of data? So let's go ahead and first delete this. This is absolutely useless for us. And go ahead and select this data. Click on your insert tab, and I want to insert a bar chart over here. So I'm clicking on my random recommended charts and clicking on my bar. This is the bar chart that I want, and I click OK. This is the chart that I have got over here. Now let's go ahead and get some data labels. Okay, where do I want them? I want them outside end. Okay, and let's say I want them inside end. Now, what is the challenge with this particular chart? In the first go, if you can identify that, is that our data is not in a particular sorted order, and that becomes very much important when I am looking to identify which is the smallest region in terms of contribution or which is the largest region in terms of contribution. So for that, what I'll be doing is I will be sorting my data over here. I'll select my data, I'll click on my data tab, and I can sort this. Now whatever order I want to sort this, I can pick that. So I don't want to sort my region, but I want to sort my revenue values basis largest to smallest, and I can click OK. Now my regions have been sorted. Here it's showing in a different order. I can go ahead and expand my formatting toolbar. Here I have my formatting toolbar. I'm just clicking on my primary axis over here, And in my primary axis, I'm going to the axis options and I'm saying I want these categories in the reverse order. So what happens is I get to see my largest value on the top vis-a-vis the smallest value will come at the bottom. Also, I say I want the horizontal axis, which is nothing but this 0 to 100, 400, these values to come in at the base, right? Now my data labels are somehow not looking so good, so let me say I want them, okay, I don't want to show leader lines, I don't want to show values, I want values from cell. And what are those values from cell? Is this contribution percentage. So this is how I get it. I can separate it with a semicolon. I can separate it the way I want to see it. And this is how my chart is made. Now here in this chart, if I ask you which is the fourth largest region in terms of their revenue contribution, you can easily point out that it is the southwest region. It won't take you more than 2 seconds to be able to answer this question because the representation is such that our eyes can easily visualize, can easily gather the data. Okay, this is the fourth largest, this is the third largest, because this is coming in a ascending or a descending order, the way we want to see it. Try out this chart. If you face any issues, feel free to reach me at msexcel.freak@gmail.com. You can also leave in your comments in the section below. You can also reach out to me on my Facebook page